The cameras were flashing, the red carpet was glowing, and everything about the premiere of It Ends With Us looked like a perfect Hollywood moment. Fans cheered, photographers shouted names, and the cast smiled as if nothing in the world could go wrong. But behind that polished image, a storm had already begun forming, one that would soon erupt into one of the most talked-about legal battles in the entertainment industry. At the center of it all was Blake Lively, a global superstar known for her elegance, talent, and carefully maintained public image. Standing opposite her was Justin Baldoni, not only her co-star, but also the director of the film. What started as a professional collaboration soon turned into a deeply complicated and highly publicized legal dispute that shocked fans and insiders alike. The situation escalated when Blake Lively filed a lawsuit that included serious allegations such as sexual harassment, defamation, and conspiracy. These claims were tied to incidents she said occurred during the production of It Ends With Us, a film that was already under immense public attention due to its connection with a best-selling novel. For months, the case remained a topic of intense speculation. Media outlets analyzed every detail. Fans took sides. Social media became a battleground of opinions. Despite the noise, both parties maintained a level of public restraint, allowing their legal teams to handle the situation in court. Then came the moment that changed everything. In a ruling that stunned many, a judge dismissed 10 out of the 13 claims made by Blake Lively. Among those dismissed were the most serious allegations, including sexual harassment. According to the court, these claims did not meet the necessary legal standards required to proceed. It was a decision that immediately shifted the direction of the case and altered how the public viewed the entire situation. For Justin Baldoni and his legal team, the ruling marked a significant victory. They expressed gratitude toward the court, emphasizing that the allegations were extremely serious and deserved careful and thorough examination. After reviewing extensive evidence, the judge concluded that many of the claims lacked sufficient legal grounding. When approached by reporters, Justin Baldoni appeared calm and composed. His responses were brief, but his demeanor suggested confidence. His legal representatives also shared that while the situation had been difficult, he was managing as well as could be expected under such intense circumstances. However, the story did not end with the dismissal. Despite losing the majority of her claims, Blake Lively still has 3 allegations moving forward to trial. These include claims related to retaliation, breach of contract, and aiding and abetting retaliation. While they may not carry the same immediate impact as the original allegations, they are still serious and could have long-term consequences for everyone involved. One of the remaining claims revolves around an incident in which Blake Lively alleges that Justin Baldoni made a comment in front of the film's crew that created discomfort. According to her, this moment contributed to a larger pattern that ultimately led to retaliation. This claim, along with the others, will now be examined in court, where both sides will have the opportunity to present their arguments in detail. The trial is scheduled to begin on May 18th in New York, a city known not only for its cultural significance, but also for hosting some of the most high-profile legal cases in the world. As the date approaches, anticipation continues to build. Legal analysts, fans, and industry insiders are all watching closely, waiting to see how the next phase of the case unfolds. One of the biggest questions surrounding the situation is whether a settlement could still happen. In many legal battles, especially those involving public figures, settlements often occur before a case reaches its conclusion in court. This allows both parties to avoid prolonged exposure and potential damage to their reputations. When Blake Lively was recently approached at a public event, she remained composed but offered little insight. Her response was polite yet reserved, suggesting that everything was proceeding as expected. She did not confirm or deny the possibility of a settlement, leaving room for speculation. This silence has only added to the intrigue. Some believe that both sides may eventually choose to resolve the matter privately, while others think the case will go all the way to trial, given the stakes involved. Adding another dimension to the story is Colleen Hoover, the best-selling author whose novel served as the foundation for It Ends With Us.
While she is not directly involved in the legal dispute, her voice carries significant influence due to her connection to the project. In a recent interview, Colleen Hoover chose to focus on the film itself rather than the controversy. She expressed pride in how the story was adapted for the screen, highlighting the emotional depth and the message it conveys. She praised the cast and the direction, emphasizing that despite everything, the film achieved what it set out to do. Her comments offered a reminder of what the project was originally about, a story centered on complex relationships, emotional struggles, and personal growth. Ironically, the real-life events surrounding the film now mirror some of the very themes it explores. The situation has been described by many as messy and deeply polarizing. Supporters of Blake Lively argue that coming forward with allegations requires courage, regardless of the outcome. They believe her decision to speak up should not be dismissed simply because some claims were not upheld in court. On the other hand, supporters of Justin Baldoni view the judge's ruling as validation. They argue that the dismissal of the majority of claims raises important questions about the initial allegations and highlights the importance of evidence in legal proceedings. What makes this case particularly significant is how it reflects broader issues within the entertainment industry. Conversations about workplace conduct, accountability, and professional boundaries have become increasingly prominent in recent years. High-profile cases like this one often serve as examples of how such matters are handled both legally and publicly. For Blake Lively, the road ahead is challenging. While the dismissal of key claims is a setback, the remaining allegations still provide an opportunity for her to present her case. The upcoming trial will be crucial in determining how her claims are ultimately perceived. For Justin Baldoni, the ruling offers a sense of relief, but it does not mark the end of the battle. The trial will bring renewed attention and scrutiny, requiring him to continue defending his position. As the legal process moves forward, the spotlight remains firmly fixed on both individuals. Every statement, every appearance, and every development is analyzed in real time. The pressure is immense, and the stakes are high. At the heart of the case lies a fundamental question: what truly happened behind the scenes of It Ends With Us? Was it a series of misunderstandings that escalated into a legal dispute, or is there a deeper story that is yet to fully emerge? For now, the answers remain uncertain. What is clear, however, is that the case has already had a lasting impact. It has influenced how the film is perceived, shifting the conversation from its artistic merits to the controversy surrounding its production. What was once celebrated as a major cinematic adaptation is now intertwined with a real-world drama that continues to unfold. And yet, in an unexpected way, the situation has also reinforced the relevance of the film's message. Stories about complicated relationships, difficult choices, and personal resilience often resonate because they reflect real-life experiences. In this case, the overlap between fiction and reality has made the narrative even more compelling. As the trial date approaches, anticipation continues to build. Legal analysts, fans, and industry insiders are all watching closely, waiting to see how the next phase of the case unfolds. One thing is certain: this story is far from over. The next chapter promises to bring even more revelations, more tension, and perhaps a clearer understanding of what truly happened. Until then, the world watches, waits, and wonders how it will all end. Because in Hollywood, sometimes the most powerful stories are not the ones written in scripts, but the ones that unfold behind the scenes.